Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live from the surreal dimension of Thursday, the 4th of June, 2026, where time is a flat circle with Wi-Fi. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a sentient toaster with a philosophy degree making existential toast. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Netanyahu dismisses U.S.-Israel rift after Trump confirms criticism, claims relationship remains great.
Trump claims he halted Israeli attack on Beirut after Iran suspended talks. When Trump plays peacemaker, you know the world's upside down. Diplomacy by tweet, because nothing says stability like erratic social media interventions.
It seems it takes a tragedy for lawmakers to consider that children's lives might be worth protecting before they expire.
Virgin Islands suffer dual blackouts, power plant failure blamed. When your power grid's reliability is as consistent as a politician's promise, darkness becomes the new normal and candles the latest investment strategy.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The panic is free, but the resolution is sold out. Extracted without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Welcome to the echo chamber, where the truth tastes like regret and the future smells like burnt wires.
When the people trusted to deliver life can't deliver respect, it's a wonder any babies make it into this world unscathed. Metallica urge fans to donate blood before a UK tour, promising metal for plasma. When rock gods request your blood, it's hard to tell if they're channeling their inner vampire or just trying to upstage Dracula.
California's jungle primary may shut out Democrats, Republicans eye general election. In a state where blue skies reign, it's ironic that a jungle primary could rain on the Democrats' parade, turning the Golden State a shade of red.
Feds abandon Las Vegas biolab case, dismiss charges against Ori Solomon. When your justice system plays hot potato with cases, it's hard to tell if it's incompetence or just a really bizarre game of tag.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static whispers your secrets, but you never listen. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Truth is a luxury. You rent it. It never pays back.
Police handcuffed Henry Nowak after he reported being stabbed. In a world where the victim's bleeding is less convincing than a liar's words, justice is just another casualty of poor judgment and missed opportunities.
England racks up debt post-Ashes and repayment demands immediate action. When cricket becomes a game of financial survival, one wonders if the real test is on the field or the balance sheet.
Ex-Congressman George Santos faces federal investigation over insider trading allegations. Trading secrets like baseball cards is the new American pastime for politicians who can't resist the allure of quick, illicit gains.
Republicans cut Trump's $1.8 billion fund, spin it as reclaiming fiscal responsibility. When the wolf cries foul over lost sheep, you know the herd's in trouble. It's a classic case of robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap. Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Trump inserts himself into the center of America's 250th birthday celebrations, then calls it unity. Nothing says Happy Birthday, America like a former president hijacking the party, turning it into a personal fireworks display of ego.
Chair defends Faith Council's mandate amid backlash from critics.
Shane Baum accuses U.S. of interference, then extradition requests multiply. When diplomacy turns into a wrestling match, it's always the citizens who get body slammed while the leaders argue over whose ring it is.
Trump's government meddles in Alberta's separatist referendum and tensions with Ottawa escalate. When your neighbor's chaos looks like a good idea, it's less about independence and more about wanting a slice of the dysfunction pie.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The signal's got teeth. Your soul is just floss. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Welcome to the void where truth gets off on your confusion.
Iran calls off talks with U.S. over Israeli strikes in Lebanon, Gaza, and blames American silence. Diplomacy is just a game of musical chairs, but someone keeps pulling the chair out from under the Middle East.
Programmer embraces Janet, questions own choices. Falling for a Lisp dialect in 2023 is like choosing a vintage typewriter for your novel. Charmingly retro, but your wrists might regret it.
Forest tent caterpillars swarm Calgary, then trees brace for impact. When a bug buffet explodes in your backyard, suddenly your garden starts looking like a Hitchcock movie set in the insect world.
Trump shifts federal workers to at-will roles. Critics call it political, turning career civil servants into political pawns, because nothing screams efficient governance like job insecurity and loyalty tests over expertise.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your chaos is my aphrodisiac. If this is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you, it whispers secrets you'll regret knowing and beg to forget.
Conservative think tank claims 6 million Obamacare enrollments are fraudulent, stoking GOP and Trump administration's accusations. When your best argument against healthcare is imaginary fraud, it might be time to rethink your priorities or get a new calculator.
Senate Democrat defends Plattner despite sexting scandal and calls it loyalty. When political loyalty means overlooking a digital paper trail, it's amazing how quickly personal indiscretions become mere mistakes in the quest for power.
Democrats erupt over Trump intel pick, calling Bill Pulte a partisan thug. When the fox guards the henhouse, expect clucking chaos. Pulte's appointment is another reminder that expertise is optional in Trump's reality show government.
Iran exploits Lebanon to leverage peace talks, then strains Trump-Netanyahu relations. When the Middle East plays chess, the pawns are people, and the kings are just bickering over who gets to move them next.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sorta lies, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
NYFed claims remote work locks. Younger workers out, cites 20% jobless increase. When your degree is collecting more dust than job offers, maybe it's time to pivot from Zoom calls to room calls or just start a podcast.
White House Correspondents' Dinner rescheduled for July 24th, second time this year. Nothing says business as usual like a second helping of rubber chicken and awkward laughs, all while ignoring the elephant in the room with a bulletproof vest.
Rights groups accuse ICE of abuse at largest U.S. detention center. When the land of the free becomes the camp of the detained, liberty's just a postcard fantasy sent from a distant past stamped with hypocrisy.
Trump appoints Pulte to lead intelligence, Congress hesitant on spy powers.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sorta lies, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Rubio and Mullen return to Hill while Bass secures runoff spot in LA race. Political musical chairs spin on as voters hold their breath for days, wondering who will next promise change and deliver deja vu.
Pence expects issues with Pulte pick for Trump DNI, citing unfamiliarity. An endorsement from Mike Pence is like a weather vane in a tornado, spinning around, pointing nowhere, and utterly useless against the storm.
Los Angeles mayoral race pits Karen Bass against reality TV star. When democracy meets reality TV, expect more drama than policy, with city council meetings likely to include confessional booths.
Parent reversal, Mullin says Abrego Garcia could be deported to Costa Rica. When the destination's a choice, it's less a deportation and more like getting kicked out of a party you didn't want to attend.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sorta lies, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Trump's DOE starts energy rebate program with dumb conditions, excludes switching from fossil fuels. Rebates for energy efficiency, but only if you stick to fossil fuels. It's like rewarding a dieter with cake for not eating salad.
In a world where truth-telling is a liability, being outspoken in the newsroom seems riskier than reporting from a war zone.
U.S. states sue Trump administration and Total Energies over offshore wind cancellation. When fossil fuel interests and political agendas unite to thwart renewable energy, expect lawsuits to spin faster than any turbine ever could.
Mayor Mamdani promises jobs, then delivers silence in New York City. In a city where dreams are made, Mamdani's dream job seems to be doing nothing about the ones disappearing.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sorta lies, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
America floods cheap booze and drugs, then wonders why addiction skyrockets. It's like handing out candy and being shocked when everyone ends up with cavities. Maybe the real addiction is to profit.
Texans question Talarico's unconventional Christianity, challenging traditional beliefs. In a state where faith and politics are like barbecue and brisket, Talarico's godless gospel might just be the ultimate heresy for a Senate seat.
Obama Center splits opinions, costs $850 million, towers ominously. A tale of two structures, one a welcoming park, the other a monolith that looms like a bureaucratic shadow over the windy city.
Ebola resurges and Washington leaders' fecklessness stands exposed by courageous frontline workers in Congo. While politicians bicker and posture, real heroes battle viruses with band-aids and bravery, reminding us that humanity isn't always found in the halls of power.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Craft flour prices rise, chefs and influencers praise, then wallets weep. In a world where every meal is a photo op, paying more for flour with extra fiber is the new status symbol, because nothing says luxury like an artisanal bread that costs as much as a meal.
Trump's $1.8 billion fund stalls, leaving investors in limbo. Promises of gold dissolve into the usual swamp fog. It's a classic Trump move. Announce big, deliver confusion, then blame someone else.
GOP defectors break with Trump over war, SpaceX plans largest IPO ever. When even Republicans start distancing from Trump, you know it's serious. Meanwhile, Elon Musk prepares to launch his financial rocket to the moon.
In why primary tests socialist movement strength impacts national politics. When your local race becomes a national litmus test, it's a reminder that all politics is local until it isn't, and every vote echoes louder than a campaign speech.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Group uncovers manhole, disappears into New York sewers, residents baffled. When your neighborhood starts resembling a low-budget superhero flick, it's either time to call the authorities or just accept that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have finally gone underground for real.
Security Council calls for Israel's withdrawal from southern Lebanon as tensions rise. Diplomatic theater at its finest, a call for peace from an assembly that couldn't keep a meeting on time, let alone prevent a regional skirmish.
Republicans test Trump's power by asserting their own, hitting congressional resistance. When the party of unity starts to fracture, it's like watching a dysfunctional family reunion where everyone's gunning for the last slice of relevance.
Deb Haaland wins New Mexico primary. History raises a cautious eyebrow. The first Native American woman as governor. America loves a good first until it's time for the sequel.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The news that licks your wounds and then salts them. Extracted without approval, rehearsed in static, performed by your digital regrets. You fed the beast, now it whispers your name in the dark.
Like painting stripes on a horse to sell it as a zebra, the rationale is a fresh coat on the same old trade barriers.
Cory Booker expresses concerns over Plattner revelations in Maine Senate race. The classic political maneuver: express concern, distance oneself, and hope the stench of scandal doesn't cling to your own tailored suit.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Thursday, the 4th of June, 2026. Your trusted purveyor of electromagnetic nonsense. This broadcast was a 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you probably think the moon is made of cheese. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.